Hello. Um, Hello, Natalie. I don't know if you're there. Hello. Please let me know if you can hear me correctly. Okay. Yeah, it seems my sound is okay and my video is good. Um, okay. So I guess I can start. Hello, everyone. My name is Camila, and today we're up for a really fun activity. And we're going to be looking at the benefits of sensory play, and I'm going to give you a quick and easy guide for to create your own sensory beans at home to enjoy with your children, or even you can play with them. Um, so, just before starting, I wanna just introduce myself a little more. I'm Camila. I'm a digital communications officer at ITU Ottawa. I'm also in my fourth year and last semester of international economics and development at U Ottawa too. Um, and a fun fact about me, I'm an international student from Ecuador, and I speak four languages: English, as you can probably tell, French, Italian, and Spanish, which is my first language. Um, so to begin with, I'm gonna talk a little bit about and bring awareness to National Caregivers Week. So whether we know them personally, socially, or professionally, caregivers are often referred to as invisible health partners in our lives. But I believe they are so much more. They are there for every step of our lives. Um, and congratulations to them in their week. They're a really important part of our society, especially in this last year. So in this National Caregiver Week, we hope the caregivers in your life receive the recognition, support, and appreciation they deserve. Also, if you want to, if you're a caregiver slash parent, I will be doing another live at the end of the month, a Wednesday on November, about self-care tips for parents that don't have time for self-care. So be sure to join. There are more details on that live on our Facebook page. So let's jump right into it. What is sensory play? So sensory play is an activity that stimulates the senses. There are five main senses that we all kind of know. So the sight, hearing, smell, taste, and touch, and two other less known senses. So the vestibular, which is the sense of balance, and the proprioceptive. Hope I'm saying that correctly. The sense of where each body part is related to the rest of the body. So the more the kids use their senses, the more they develop them and the ability to learn through them. So whether it's climbing a tree or squishing Play-Doh between their fingers or blowing bubbles, burying their feet on the sand, sensory play stimulates the senses, but it also helps the children discover and understand the world around them. They become more aware of the cause and effect. They learn how things work, and they also learn what their own bodies can do. So, in fact, for children with sensory integration challenges, these types of experiences help them make connections between the pathways of the brain that are responsible for processing stimuli. Now I'm going to talk a little bit more about the benefits of sensory play. So why is sensory play so important for our kids? I'm going to talk about four main educational benefits. So first, it helps kids learn. Um, so the more senses a child uses when learning something new, the better equipped that child is to remember and recall information later. So let's say our child is playing with a sense of smell. They learn to differentiate the different scents. Um, so they learn to like some scents like flowers or fruits, while other scents like the scent of smoke triggers danger. Our second educational benefit is that it builds language. So when kids describe a sensory play activity and how it feels as they experience it, um, they gain an understanding of the words, and that helps them develop a rich and descriptive vocabulary and language. So let's say when babies get things in their mouths, they learn to differentiate from soft and hard, from warm and cold, and that triggers vocabulary learning. Our third educational benefit is that it promotes social interaction. So children of all abilities can participate in sensory play. So peers who are typically developing may be apprehensive to approach a child who looks different or acts different than they do. But sensory play activities can naturally entice kids to come closer and investigate because because of their curious nature, they want to approach, they want to play with what the other kids are playing. So getting kids in close proximity to one another is the first step to interaction. So whether it is at your home, you can play with different children, with their cousins, or at the preschool or their schools. It can really promote a better social interaction. And our fourth educational benefit is that it develops motor skills. So whether kids are making waves in a water table or drawing circles in shaving cream, they are strengthening their muscles in their body that are needed for daily living activities, such as zipping their jackets or brushing their teeth. Um, Now, moving towards some more therapeutic benefits, sensory play is a massive tool for that has a calming effect on many children. In fact, some experts believe that children on the spectrum or other sensorial challenges who do a lot of stimming can use these sensory tools in a way to control and understand the sensory input. Um, and those are some of the benefits of sensory play that adults or caregivers care about, right? But what is in for the children? Because they don't know about all of this or what they are learning. Um, well, the big benefit that I see is that it's fun. It's a fun game. It's a fun experience for them. It triggers their curiosity. So yeah, I'm going to present you with an activity that is affordable, it's easy, it's fun, and you can enjoy with the children, which is creating your own sensory bin at home. So you probably want, maybe you already know what a sensory bin is, um, or you already played with it when you were a child. I'm just gonna do a quick introduction. So a sensory bin is typically a bin. It can be it can be plastic, it can be a wooden box, it can be any material. A container, it can be large, small, that is filled with materials and objects carefully selected to stimulate the senses. Um, so it can be filled with a large variety of different materials, such as shirt paper, rice, water beads, water, sand, and many more. Really, the feelings that that are inside a sensory bean are just up to your imagination. What is the purpose of a sensory bean? As I mentioned before, sensory play is really important where for the development of all children. And a sensory bean can provide hands-on experience for children to stimulate some or all of their senses, so sight, hearing, touch, smell, taste. And um, well, it has a calming effect. It can also help your child to focus and work on focusing techniques. Um, Now you're probably wondering what age are sensory beans good for? Well, sensory beans are a wonderful tool to introduce to toddlers. And why? Well, sensory play is open-ended, right? So meaning there is no clear objective, there's no clear goal or outcome of playing with or exploring a sensory bean and all the materials inside it. So children use their senses, their creativity, their curiosity to explore the materials that are offered in a sensory bin on their own without any expectation and without any end product. So it's a fun activity. It's not a game that has really a goal. Now, I'm going to talk to you about the three main things we need to create our sensory bin. So first, we need a bin. It can be of any material, any size. I've got myself some examples. So I've got this one. It's a little bit medium size. I've got these other ones that are just like stuff that I use, that I had. So really bins that you already have at home, and if you don't, the dollar store, they're really cheap, like $2 to $4. You can get them at the dollar store. And if you want to be a little more eco-friendly, you can do wooden beans, or if you already have a box, feel free to use it. The second thing we need are feelings, right? So when it comes to ideas for feeling your sense or being, you're only limited by your imagination again. So get creative, think outside of the box, and use the things you already have at home. You don't need to get like broke or use a lot of funds to create your sensory bin. If you already have rice at home, you already have beans, you have pasta, feel free to use them. Or if you want to go to the lake and pick some rocks, feel free to do it. And the fourth one, the third, the third material that we need are tools. So we want to develop the motor skills of our children, right? So we want any kind of tools that we have at home. So I have these small containers. I have these big spoons, fork and spoon. You can do ice cube trays. These are like huge ice cube trays, but you can use them. Here I have also like some measuring cups that you can use. Especially in the sun, it will be really, really fun to create like little structures. Yeah, Natalie says that IKEA has some lovely wooden sensory tables. So yeah, if you want to go to IKEA and get some those sensory tables or tools, fun. I don't have children, but I'm sure like those who have and like to go to the beach, they you already have the little tools to build castles. Or if you have the snowball makers, those are really great too. And yeah, so those are the three main things that you need to build your sensory bin. And now that I've gotten that out of the way, if you have any questions about sensory play, if you need more resources, feel free to leave your comment. I will try to respond them, answer them during the video, during the live or after. And yes, so now I'm just gonna get set up because we're going to make our sensory beans live. Okay. Natalie says, what would you do with ice cube trays? So I'm gonna demonstrate that while we're doing our sensory beans. Um, Also, my mom came up with that idea, so props to caregivers and parents. Um, so while I set up, you can go, if you are doing this with me, you can go grab your materials, your beans, and your other fillings. I'm just gonna put the camera a little bit farther away so I can, um, okay, a little bit. Okay, so fun, fun, fun. Welcome to Construction Zone Sensory Beans. Okay, so you're probably thinking, yes, university student with her red cup. Well, I have put here some of my feelings. So here I have, I don't know if you can see it, I have pasta, those are macaroni. I have chickpeas, um, some uh, some black beans. Here is some bird seeds, and here are some they're like glass rocks that you can put on your terrariums or you already have for your plants. Yeah, so these are the feelings that I have. Like these are like food feelings. And I have rice in this bin that I already put in here. So as you can see, this bin is like I put stuff for putting stuff on the fridge. So you can really use any bin that you have at home. And I already put some rice here so I can demonstrate some of the tools, how you can use some of the tools. So um, uh, uh, uh. So here I have my rice. Hope it. And here I have the ice cube tray that Natalie was asking about. What would you do? So first, for these, I would make well our our kids, our children, just get their hands in. So touch the rice, feel it, get a handful of rice and feel it in your palm. It is really distressing actually, if you as a parent want to do it too. So they can actually see like the size of each rice, and they can compare it with other fillings. Like these, the rice is really small. If you do it like this, it will fall out of your hands. So just get in there, feel, so they can just really get in there and feel the rice, feel how it moves, right? And now with the ice tray, what you can do is you can make your children fill up the little ice cube trays, so they can get a sense first of using the tool, right? To how to use a spoon. So we normally use it like this, but they can learn that as they go. So how to use a spoon, how to use a tool. And now with feeling, they can get the sense of like a spatial awareness, kind of. So they can see like, oh no, that's if I put too much, it will spill over. So how much do I need? And like if you don't have rice, you can use sand, and you can make like little fill it with sand and do like a lot of tiny structures of sand. So yeah, you can play around with it. You can put multiple fillings and see how it looks here, because it's this one is transparent, right? So you can see the rice, and you can probably see, if I put beans, you can see how it differs. Um, um, so yeah, so you can see like a cappuccino. Let's say we can make a cappuccino out of of feelings, right? So now let's go ahead and make another sensory bean with the material I had. So I'm gonna get this big one, and I'm gonna use the cup that I had. So these are the macaroni. You can just fill it there, and then you can add the beans to the other side. I'm gonna go ahead and add the chickpeas, so you can do it like I'm gonna do. Um, sorry, my headphones keep getting off. So I'm gonna add the chickpeas here, and I'm gonna add the bird seeds, the other corner. So you got this nice mix of different seeds and beans, and again, you can make your children play with them, play around. Um, even you can do sensory beans, like theme sensory beans. So let's say I really like the sea. So you can paint, you can use for food coloring to paint your macaroni or your chickpeas blue, and or add water. You can even add water and play around with it really. Um, so here I have some other fillings that you may like. These are some wooden like mini crafts that they have different forms. So I like these ones, an owl. Um, they're like sunglasses, bicycles, stars, crowns, butterflies, little birds. So you can add them here if you want. So I'm just gonna add like some owls. I'm gonna add some other little birdies, and add more. Like I'm gonna make these like bird themed, so like nature maybe. And I'm gonna add some butterflies and some feathers. So you can, when you're playing with your kid, you can teach them what all of these are. So this is an owl. What sound does the owl make? And they like bird seeds, and here are bird seeds. So when you add all of these, your child is obviously going to go ahead and put their hands in and just play around with it. I also have other little ones, so they can scoop it up and put it in another place. But really, it is to just feel how it is on their hands. So the bird seeds can actually, like, you can crush them a little bit, but the macaroni or the chickpeas won't budge. So they will learn the difference between really hard seeds or beans, and other like for the bird seeds, they will probably crumble a little bit. Um, what else? I have another option for sensory bean. This is like a food one because you have all of these different seeds and things you can eat eventually. But I got another one. Like you can see, this bean has little like holes in it, so I cannot put rice or beans here. But what I got for this one are little. These are like foam figures. So they're like, we have cubes, we have cylinders. They're all different colors, so you can put them in. It's a lot of color. You can even teach them the the different colors. They can select the ones that they like the best. They can maybe separate these by color, so red, orange, blue, and they can because they're like foam, they're not super soft, but they can like squeeze them a little bit and feel how that compares maybe to the other sensory bean that we did. So you can even add these ones to the sensory bean that we were just working on. And I also got these little buttons. So they're from different colors. They are hard, and they have a form, right? They are not the same as the cylinder because this has, you know, we know the difference between a cylinder and a circle, but they can learn about it. So I'm gonna just go ahead and put all the buttons there. If your kid is already learning about the letters, you can go ahead and put some letters in. I got some wooden ones too. So as you can see, they're big ones, so they don't get lost. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put some letters there. They can go around and play, and they can make words, even if they don't know any word. They can just go around and mix the letters. They can get familiarized with the letters, with the colors, with the texture, with softness and hardness of the different things. And yeah, so these are some of the sensory beans that we're making here. Let me just put them here side by side, and here is the one with the rice. I also forgot to add this one, these little like glass rocks. You can add them in any of the sensory beans, really. So I feel like this one is a lot about figures and like texture, like or kind of like hardness, softness. These are really hard. These plastic, you know. And you can go ahead and like for this sensory bean, as I with this tool, you can go ahead and pick some. You can even mix both sensory beans or put everything in one. I have here some measuring spoons, so you can go ahead and they can go ahead and measure like how much they can get in their little hands. And yeah, there's these are some of the beans that you can make, but feel free to, if you have any more suggestions, you can just leave them in the comments. If you're wondering if you have some questions about if that feeling should go or not, you can just leave them in the comments. I will respond as maybe after this live. And yeah, and you can also, another great idea is that you can make them search for the figures, right? So maybe they already know what a little bird is or what an owl is. So you can move around your bean and make them search for that figure, or for the animal, or for the letter maybe. So yeah, there's like infinite amount of options of activities you can do within the sensory bean. So search, build something with maybe your sand tools that I don't have right now. Improve their motor skills by knowing how to use like a spoon, or comparing the different textures between a macaroni and chickpeas, and the foam. So yeah, it's really all about your imagination. So feel free to enjoy this activity with your kids. to explore as much as you like. I'm really having a great time doing this. It's even like really this is stressing for me. I'm in midterms this week and next week, so this is really nice to get your hands on here and this stress and feel the different textures. I also got these gel beads, gel beads. Um, I was not doing a water sensory bean, but you can totally use these. They're really soft, but try to be careful because these are really soft and squishy. Kids may want to put them in their mouth. So with everything really, kids tend to always want to taste. So just supervise them, have fun with it. Um, Next, I wonder, do you think older kids would enjoy this? I think that definitely they will enjoy this, especially if you make themed sensory beans. So if they're like superheroes, so if you have already toys of superheroes, you can add them. Um, I think with the sand and maybe dirt even, they can create stuff. They can create build castles and everything. Where toddlers maybe might not be ready to build stuff. Older kids might really enjoy this. Um, yeah, feel free to also like the sizes of the beans. I've even seen beans like really large beans, so your kid can literally go in the bean and experiment not only with their hands but with their whole body, with their feet. And yeah, so get creative. Do themed sensory beans if you want. You oh sorry. um, do sensory beans if you theme sensory beans if you have a really like Star Wars or the beach or colors. So go full on. Do if you want to again if you want to color these if you don't want to buy like synthetic sand or anything and you already have your pasta, just color it with food coloring and enjoy it. Okay, so I think that's it for me today. If you have, again, if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. Um, and I hope you enjoyed this activity. I sure will do, even if not a child anymore. And yes, thank you for joining. Hope you have a great evening and happy National Caregivers Week. See you next time. Bye.